There is no beginning for this experience. I remember what I did many days before the accident. I clearly remember what happened before my NDE. But it didn't happen all at once, so the experience is divided into 2 stages, 2 places, many people, and many arguments. I arrived to that place dragged by 2 little boys about 5 years old. They held my hand while they laughed and sang together with 4 other boys who were holding musical instruments. The music is fine, sweet, and loud as it spread all over in this space that had no walls, angles, or rooms. I stopped because I had arrived to a dark, pitch-black place that was far away from the little white point. The point became larger and wider. I arrived quickly but was in no hurry. The darkness disappeared and a great light was all around me. The boys appeared again and led me a little further. I saw a black point very, very far from me. I floated without feeling the weight of my body. I looked around and was happy. I didn't wonder where I was or where I was going, or who those boys were. I just floated with great happiness. I saw a bench that was suspended in the white light. 3 old men were seated on the bench. When the boys appeared, they started to elbow each other, while smiling and laughing. They were 3 toothless nice guys, especially the middle one who was almost bald. I was led to a guy who seemed human, at least from the waist up. He was dressed in a white tunic. His bust and shoulders were very, very white as the light all around us. As I think about it, I could not distinguish the tunic. Yet, I thought he wore one like mine. I distinguished his face because he had long curly, grizzled hair. I assumed his form because in front of his chest was a very high pile of extremely big sheets of paper he started to look through calmly. I'd say there were at least 20,000 sheets there. He asked me for my name and surname in that order. My name was not in his lists, but in another guy's list. While he was looking up my name and not finding it, he became impatient, and then as he continued to look, he became frantic. He kept flipping through the pile of sheets at an extremely high rate. Then he closed the book. Before starting again to search for my name, he looked at me and asked my name. I answered by pronouncing my surname, followed by my name, just as I did when I was enrolled in the military school where I was trained on Earth. I didn't feel the sensation of time running. But he flipped through the sheets with much more eagerness until he realized that my name was not there. He wasn't disappointed at all and with authority ordered me to turn around. The music disappeared and there was complete silence. The boys disappeared too. These instants lasted just a few moments. Then, I felt a strong push on my back as he said, "It is not your time. You cannot stay here. It's not your turn, turn back." Later I remember waking up in a hospital bed with my back lightly arched and with my sister near the bed. Another part of my experience, I don't know which is first chronologically. Because it is very different in places and arguments. I recall speaking to my sisters, or more precisely, I looked at me speaking to them and to my mother. While sitting at a round table in my mother's kitchen. The table was almost set and my mother was sitting to my left, my sister Susie sat to my right. While my sister Mariolina was standing in front of me while she was doing the dishes. She told me that in a few days I would be hospitalized for a checkup. And advised me to put all my things right since my hospital stay could be very long. I watched myself talking to them and was adamant that that situation was real. When I asked my sisters about this conversation, they told me it had never happened.